You need to run yourself like a company. Actually, my name is Magdalene. I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and working as a public policy analyst and a government relations expert. Yes, I am currently saving for my retirement. I started a little over a year ago. What made me get into it in terms of saving at a personal level was the fact that coming from other jobs, largely from civil society, that was a benefit that I was receiving. But then once I transitioned out of that and went into practice, it was a benefit that I was no longer receiving. And with the realization of the transition that I wanted to make in my career, I figured this is something that then I need to put in place and start thinking about. To be honest, I have not actually been saving for healthcare post-work, that is for retirement life. That's just because I actually hadn't thought about it. What I have been doing is, in addition to the insurance that is paid for by the company where I work, I have a separate insurance that I've been using since I was 18. So I figured that this is a company that hopefully will stay with me even when I am in retirement. Yeah, so I usually do pay a premium every year, just for the basic minimum that I'm hoping that I will use until post-retirement. But I hadn't thought of it as a separate kitty or a separate fund that needs to be put aside. Our family is one disease away from poverty. Heaven forbid you have a sick relative, someone close to you, your parent gets ill. A lot of us never think about the fact that probably they don't have that medical insurance, or not really medical insurance, but they do not have, a package set aside for that. So I'd say that even among my friends, this is not something that we've had a discussion about or really thought about. Yeah. I'm definitely scared. I think now that the topic arises, just looking at, for instance, what's the current cost of care, even for instance for something as simple as a flu, where you don't even have pre-existing conditions. If I'm to go to a private health facility, I'm spending about 5,000 to 7,000 shillings just to go in. So you've paid for consultation. Consultation will be at about maybe 3,000 shillings. Then you look at the cost of medicine, and then and other facilitative costs for the care that you will receive, and that is at a private institution. If it is at government, yes, the amount will be a fraction. But then if we were to consider now inflation, the inflation that would arise as a result of time, and then you also need to consider the risk factors that are there, just in terms of now the economy. For sure, the cost of care now will not be the same as the cost of care 10 years from now. Even let's not go that far. Let's even just look at 2 to 5 years from now. It's going to be very different. So those are things I think that it's a bigger conversation beyond myself. But I think other than that, just to introspect and then again now, looking at it from a personal level, those are things that probably I need to have at the back of my mind as I plan for the future. Yeah. The other advice I'd have as a parting shot is the importance of having a strategic plan, a personal strategic plan. Companies, civil society, even government spends a lot of money. They invest a lot of resources in developing strategic plans to inform the direction, as well as how they're going to raise money and how it's going to be expended. So why don't you have that for yourself?